Hi guys, Nigeria versus Rwanda. Today, Nigeria took on the Rwandese in Nigeria trying to qualify for the World Cup. So it was a World Cup qualifiers, and Nigeria really needed this result because they are quite behind on points with South Africa, who are leading their group. So they beat Rwanda 1-0, a lot tighter than I expected. I think I expected Nigeria to be a lot more sort of proactive. They did look really good in certain places, but the Rwanda team were really holding their own for most of the time. But their keeper as well made some very good saves. The goal was scored in the end by their substitute Tolu, who came on later because they have issues now. They've got Victor Osimhen, who's carrying a bit of an injury. He managed to get himself injured. You could see him quite in pain after a challenge, and that caused them to get him off the pitch. But in the 51st minute, Tolu Arokodare came off the bench and scored it. Ola Aina, I think, was going for goal, and then it was banded over the line somehow. Overhead kick was in the back of the net, but Rwanda did all they could. But I expected, I think, like sometimes when you're watching football, the names really like make you think a team is probably better than they are. Nigeria, look at just the names in their team. When you look at it, just the keeper I think has already got a good impression. You've got Calvin Bassey playing in the Premier League. Ola Aina, Premier League player. Wilfred Ndidi, we all know him. Moses Simon, Alex Iwobi, doing really well at Fulham from Arsenal. Ademola Lookman, who doesn't know Ademola Lookman? He was our African Player of the Year last year. Victor Osimhen, who's also somebody we were looking out to do a lot more in the African Nations Cup, but in my opinion, he failed to do that. So what does this mean for the groups? Before we go to look at the groups this time, so this is what's happening with the World Cup in 2026, right? So Africa have been allocated 9 guaranteed spots. Well, there's a possibility of a 10th spot if an African team wins the intercontinental playoffs. So 9 African teams qualify directly. So whoever wins their group, they go straight ahead to the World Cup. They have qualified for the World Cup in 2026 is it Miami or LA? It's in the United States anyway. So we'll be watching football at stupid o'clock, because they're on the other side of the world, aren't they? So 9 teams qualify directly. So 54 nations divided into 9 groups, 6 teams each. And so every team will be playing home and away, 10 matches per team. And the winner will go directly to the World Cup. And then the runners-up playoff. So the 4 best runners-up across all groups enter a CAF playoff, semi-final plus final. And then, so whoever, the 4 runners-up groups, they enter a playoff for CAF. So they'll play a semi-finals, then they'll play a final, which would be very interesting. And then the winner of the playoffs, they go to the intercontinental playoffs. So just because you win the playoffs, you think you're going to the World Cup. No, you go through another round to go and play the intercontinental playoffs. Now, the intercontinental playoffs, the teams involved in the federations involved are the African Nations Cup, or rather the Confederations of African Football, Asian Football Confederation, South American Football Confederation, Oceania Football Federation, I think that's the Australias and all those places, North and Central America, and the Caribbean Football Federation. So all those are going to send a representative, where out of those 6 teams that are going to get there, 2 will qualify for the World Cup. So there is a chance that, if a half decent team like maybe Nigeria, Nigeria, or let's see, we're going to go through the groups to see who's likely to finish second. They have got the best chance, obviously, to go and compete at those tournaments. But honestly, in my opinion, the chances might not be as great. You can imagine. Let's have a look at the groups as they look right now. So I'll go from the top. Right now, most groups have played 7. There are some more groups. There are some more teams that are playing Monday night. I'm looking at the Saturday night games. So there'll be Sunday as well as Monday. So in Group A, Egypt are leading with 19 points. They look like they're likely going to be qualifying straight to the World Cup. Then you've got Burkina Faso, Sierra Leone in third, Guinea-Bissau, Ethiopia, Djibouti. Forget the bottom 3. So it's actually forget all of them. It's probably Burkina Faso who are going to be qualifying for the playoffs for CAF. And then in Group B, you've got Congo DRC, who got 16 points after 7 games. Senegal, 15 points after 7 games. Sudan with 12 points. So these 3 are looking really good. Obviously it's possible if Senegal play their cards right, they might qualify directly. Then Congo DRC might be able to qualify for the playoffs, and then subsequently the other playoffs. In Group C, they've also played 7 games, so they are up to date. South Africa are leading this group. This is the group where Nigeria are playing. They are leading this group and they've got 16 points. I think it's a tall task to expect Nigeria to win this group, but if they do, they are 6 points behind. So you've got Benin in second place with 11 points, and then Nigeria with 10 points, Rwanda with 8, Lesotho with 6, Zimbabwe with 4. So the bottom 3, Rwanda, Lesotho, and Zimbabwe, with all due respect, we probably can see that they might have a tall task to challenge. But Nigeria, they've got 3 more games. That's 9 points. 9 points they will be trying to win to qualify directly. They're keeping that hope alive, but then they've also got the playoff hopes, and they do have the players, I think, to challenge. But yeah, it's looking a bit tough. I think they let South Africa run with the points early on, and that doesn't help them at all. Now, Group D, they've also played 7 games at this point. You've got Cape Verde with 16 points, Cameroon with 15, Libya with 11, then you've got Mauritius, Angola, Mauritius, and Eswatini, all trailing with 7, 5, and 2 respectively. Now, Cameroon, Cape Verde. Cameroon, if they play the cards right, Cameroon is my second team. If they play their cards right, they might qualify directly to the World Cup. It won't be a shock. We've seen them there before. I can't wait to see what kit they'll bring out, because you remember that notorious sleeveless kit they went with that. Oh my gosh. All fun memories. Right. So, Group E, this group is where my country, Zambia, is in. Group leaders, Morocco, they are already in Zambia waiting for their game on Monday afternoon. It's going to take place in Ndola at Levi Mwanawasa Stadium. I'm going to watch that game, of course. Zambia are well out of it, and our new first president has said we'll forget qualification for the World Cup. We need to focus on 2030, but this is going to be practice. Morocco are leading this group by 18 points. They have won every single game so far, and expectations are that they're going to win the Zambia game as well. Tanzania next with 10, Zambia with 6. Although Zambia have only played 5 games so far, Niger 6, Congo 1, that's Congo Brazzaville, Eritrea 0. Oh, but they haven't played any. I think Zambia were given, is this the one where we were given a pass? Anyway, they haven't recorded this for some reason, but yeah, Morocco looking very strong to get automatic qualification, as you can expect. Then the runners-up might be Tanzania. Zambia at a push, but we won't get very far. We all know that Zambia are really, really poor. We've been for years, and yeah, I'm not gonna say anymore. Group F, you've got the Ivory Coast. The Ivory Coast, we know this team. This team is one of the most popular, strongest African nations teams. And Ivory Coast are leading the group after playing 7. They're with 19 points. Gabon have got 18. And then you've got Burundi, Gambia, Tanzania, and Seychelles with 10, 7, 6, and 0 points respectively. Yeah, it's looking like Gabon and, well, Ivory Coast are qualifying. Gabon might end up in the runners-up, but it's still quite tight because Gabon have got 18 points, so they're doing pretty well, in my opinion. We might have a shock there. In Group G, 7 games as well played. Algeria have got 18 points. Uganda trailing with 12, as well as Mozambique. So the runners-up position in that group is pretty tight. Then you've got Guinea with 10, Botswana, Somalia trailing way behind. Group H. Now, this is another group with an Arab team leading the pack. They've left everyone for dust. They have 19 points. Tunisia have got 19 points. They've won 6, drawn 1. Namibia trailing behind points-wise after 7 games with 12 points. Then Liberia with 10, Equatorial Guinea with 10, Malawi with 9, Santom and whoever they are, 0. They're not good enough. So yeah, the runners-up is between Namibia, Liberia, and Equatorial Guinea. And Malawi is still in it. So it'd be interesting, maybe with one of these teams might do well and end up in the intercontinental playoff. They're coming up with all sorts of formats, aren't they? Ghana. The team in Group G has got Ghana leading the pack with 16 points after 7 games. Madagascar, Mali, and Comoros are very close. Madagascar with 13, Mali with 12, Comoros with 12. So the playoffs are between probably these 3. Central African Republic, forget those. They've got 5. Chad, 1. Yeah, they don't look like they're going to be doing much. The second place rankings have been ranked according to this. This is what they are calling Group J here, because I can't count my alphabet, obviously. So the second places right now have got Gabon, Cameroon, Senegal, Burkina Faso, Madagascar, Namibia, Uganda, Benin, and Tanzania. So that is quite fascinating for me. I think like this format. I'm happy that FIFA have allowed up to 9 countries to represent Africa, because we've got so many countries, and having 5 teams previously felt really unfair. So I can't wait to see how it's going to go. But yeah, it's going to be a crazy, interesting format. But Nigeria today, Nigeria on Saturday beat Rwanda, and this can only go to help them hopefully sort of get into a position where they'll qualify for the playoffs. It looks like a pipe dream that they're going to catch South Africa, but they are 6 points behind with 3 games to go. Anything can happen in football, and their team looks quite strong because they've got the players, but do they have the tactics to challenge and to continue challenging? It's something we are going to see. Join me on Monday as I look ahead to the Zambia versus Morocco match, which is going to be played in Zambia. As a Zambian, I'm very confident that we can pull out a result. But yeah, we have to respect the Moroccans, because those guys are really, really advanced compared to us. In the meantime, yeah, let me know what you think about the way the format is going for this upcoming tournament, and who you think is going to qualify in the regular sports as well as the playoffs. Right, let me know, and I'll talk to you guys pretty soon. Bye-bye.